to another Keeping Up with Goodwin. For today's craft, we're going to need a plain piece of paper, 8.5 by 11, so just regular printer paper. And if you don't have that, a piece of loose leaf will be perfect. You need a pencil, a black marker, and whatever you want to use to color. I used crayons, markers, and pencil crayons today. It will all be perfect. Let's get started. For today's project, you're going to need a piece of printer paper, 8.5 by 11, and you're going to want it portrait. That means up and down. So a good way to remember that is landscape, is if you were looking out on the horizon, you're looking out your window, and a portrait goes this way, like your school portrait, up and down. The first thing we're going to do is we need to make a fold in our paper. So we're going to fold it in half. Now, this part is extremely important to our project, so you want to make sure that those corners line up perfectly. Don't rush through this part. And give it a really good press so that your crease will be nice and crisp. With it opening to the top, you want to take this flap and you want to fold it back down to meet up with these corners in this line. Again, this is pretty important to our final art piece today. So take your time and do it well. Now, I always like to draw with a Sharpie, but I think today we're going to start with a pencil. Make sure you have an eraser handy, and then you can go over it with a Sharpie after. This is because we're going to have a little bit of erasing to do, and you can erase a pencil, but you can't erase a Sharpie. The first thing we're going to draw is just on this flap, so make sure we're not drawing here, we're just focusing on this piece here. We're going to draw a square, but the corners are going to be rounded. We're not going to go all the way to the bottom because we have to leave a little bit of space. So we're going to start at the line, and we're going to go down, round, and up, and stop. Where the corner is, you're going to go up a little bit and draw a line. Make sure it comes off that square. Then you're going to kind of invisibly go to the other side and do the same thing on the other side. In the middle, you're going to do two little lines. They can be up and down, they can be facing the corner, whatever you'd like. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to make a C at the bottom of those lines. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And I made a little line mistake, but I can erase that and go over. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can go back and fix those lines after. Now what we're going to do is go up sort of on this side, the right side, not at the top. We need to leave some space, and we're going to make an oval. An oval is a circle that's been stretched at the top and the bottom. Then we're going to go kind of like in this area, so not the top, middle, and a little bit to the right. And we're going to make a bigger oval. And as if we made the whole thing, but we're not going to draw this line. This is going to give the illusion that this one is in front of this one. Go to the middle of those ovals and then go a little bit further down and draw a straight line. In the middle of each line, you're going to make a U. Sort of, I guess in the middle or the top of that oval, we're now going to make a curved line to connect to that, and then we're going to make a line to go down. Now on this side, so right where these two pieces meet, we're going to make a line on the top, and that line is just on here. And you're going to make the same line on the folded edge. It's a little bit hard to do with a pencil and will be easier to do with the marker when we go over it later. Now at the top, we can add a couple hairs. I like even numbers, so I did 4. And then you can add some circles. So we're gonna add a half circle here, little ones. You can do as many or as few as you would like. Now you're going to take this fold and we're going to open it all the way up. If it doesn't lay nice and flat, you can take your fingers and press down along those folds and it will help lay nicer. Now you're going to take this back line and you're basically going to draw a straight line all the way down to connect it. We drew that line at the top, and if you remember, we also drew that line on the fold, and we're going to connect those with a straight line as well. Now we're going to create the bottom part of a rectangle. So we're going to take where our mouth is and we're going to go down and in. Now this is our teeth. These are our teeth rather. So they can be as large or as small as you'd like. But however big you make it up top, try to do the same at the bottom. Then we need to add lines. 1, 2, 3. And whatever we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Now starting from the back of the mouth, we're going to go to the second tooth. So 1, 2. And we're going to make a little dot in the middle of that tooth. We're going to go to the bottom. 1, 2. Put a little dot in the middle. And we are going to connect those 2 dots with a very lazy, stretched out C. So now that we've connected our 2 dots on our teeth, we want to add our tongue. So we're going to go right where the very first tooth meets our mouth. Don't draw that circle. I did that circle for you. We're going to go in that corner and come out. So we obviously don't want our tongue to go off the page, but we can definitely make it as long or as wavy or as short and fat as you'd like. So I'm going to put my pencil here and I'm going to go out and make a little wave. And then the tongue is it's like a snake. We're going to curve the end and we're kind of going to follow the same curve. Now, I'm glad we used a pencil because we're going to use our eraser and we're going to erase that lazy C line that is in our tongue. And I'm going to erase that little circle I made to show the corner I was talking about. Now from not quite the start of our tongue or the base of the tongue, a little bit up, we're going to draw a curvy line that matches all the way down almost to the end. Now we have to add our dots. If you had polka dots or wavy stars or hearts, however you decorated your little monster, we are going to continue those on the rest of our monster. Again, adding as many or as few as you'd like. Then we're going to fold it back up to see our finished product. Here's our little monster. It almost looks like a minion. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Ah! Now the next thing is you're going to take your Sharpie marker and you are going to trace over everything. As you can see here, I forgot to use an eraser, but I can hide that when I color it. You can be as silly, as pretty, as funny as you'd like to be. Yum, 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 yum. Ah! Don't forget, every great artist always signs their work. The cool thing with this art project is that once you have that fold in, you can pretty much do whatever you want. As long as your general shape or picture starts as a hole when it's folded, when you open it, you can connect it and have an open mouth. Let's look at some examples. My daughter helped me color this one. It's her favorite. It looks like just a regular egg, but when we open it up, surprise! It's a baby dinosaur. My favorite, I think, is the shark. Just swimming along, smiling, but surprise! He's pretty hungry. But today is this little cool cat who doesn't want to eat his veggies. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you had fun. We've been playing with these a lot at home here. I would love to see what you guys came up with. Post pictures or email them to me. And in the meantime, Niyugi Sigansek, have a great day and we'll see you next time.